Okay, so we have the Core Maths 3 test from October 2013. Topics: partial fractions, binomial, trig, modulus, log, and exponent. The questions that seemed to cause most problems was question 1, part 1. Part 2 went well. Modulus equation, fractions. Graph of secant x definitely. It needs addressed. Identity went pretty well, with 1 or 2 maybe not simplifying properly. Definitely the equation, lots of marks lost there. Expansion went pretty well. Some people misunderstand what hence means and therefore losing all 3 marks. And question 6 seemed to go. In the test itself, what you needed to remember with the transformation is that the multiplying was done first. When you affect the y coordinates both times, do it in the order of dividing and multiplying followed by addition and subtraction. So the graph would move there. Also be careful with that 4. A lot of you misunderstood and thought that that's the point where the graph cut the axis, when in fact that point shifts up 1 to a coordinate of 4, 1. So be aware of that. That one was done pretty well, as were these ones. Graph of secant x. You need to ensure that this point touches 1. Same with this part of the graph, it should really shave that 1. This should start at 1 and it should end at 360. Just be aware of that. They also asked for the asymptotes, the equations of the asymptotes, which a lot of you missed. Notice the dashed lines that I have in there for both the asymptotes on the x-axis and also the asymptotes in the y-axis. Identity was done pretty well. Most of you discovered that the cosec squared minus 1 was cot squared and the sec squared is minus 1 was tan squared. From here, really what you're saying then is that it's tan squared x divided by tan squared x, which is y equals 1, and then obviously the right hand side. Could have been done with, as you can see here, the sin squared over cos squared, but the above way was a bit easier. Part C, big mistake made here, which was to remove the bracket at the start, when you were always told at the beginning. So make a substitution, so sec y equals minus 2, and hence then cos y is equal to minus a half. Solve for y, and then substitute y equal the 2x minus pi over 4 at the end, producing these solutions. So look at that again, just to make sure that you're able to cope with that. Also remember, this substitution is going to cause a change of range, which is why there's more answers. Finally, binomial done pretty well, but again, just be careful. Some people missed the fact that a equals minus 2, and also watch out when you're squaring that minus value. But done pretty well. Hence, the word hence means you've got to use this answer here. So those that come up with their own expansion again of 1 plus x to the power of a third. Okay, wrong way of doing it. Okay, you're ignoring the word hence. Hence means you've got to use this answer, those 3 terms. I've set the binomial equal to the base that we're approximating, and then find out what x is, subbed it in, and as you can see from the calculator, it's a decent approximation. This one's done pretty well. Some people had changed it into hours and minutes, which was fine, but there wasn't really any need to do that. Any problems, always come and see me.